Hey guys, Adrian here today for both channels, I guess. So this is just a push out of the video to both of my channels respectively, as I'm sure of all you, and I know this is a different angle, it's kind of messy in the background, but the terrible news that I have to report today is today, as most of you probably already know, Steve Jobs passed away at the age of 56. I heard about this today during lunch actually, and I had no way of actually hearing the news until I heard it from a friend, and my iPhone isn't working, nothing was working. And something that you didn't want to believe at first. And I know, it's had a huge impact on the world, as you've seen. People are talking about it all over. Obama made a statement, and it's hard to see because it's not something an emotion that's normally felt by a death of somebody that you don't even know, you may have not even met, but yet an icon and inspiration to many people, including myself. Definitely since the beginning, Steve Jobs was one of my icons. Back in the day, it's one of the worst news I've ever had to report on, and I'm not trying to rush out, I'm not trying to get any views by reporting this or, trying to be the top, anything. It's really hard to report, actually, when somebody has passed away. But definitely an icon, whether you hate Apple, whether, there's controversy, you don't use a Mac, you're a PC, whatever it may be, if you've ever had any strong opinions against Apple, you can't, a human life is something that's so different that and I'm obviously going to delete comments right away if there's anything against that, because whether you love or hate Apple, he was a visionary in terms of technology. He was a great man, and I talked about this, when he stepped down a couple weeks ago. It seems like he stepped down just a little, not too long ago. Let Tim Cook take place, and you kind of sense that hopefully that he'd get better, and he'd take this time off. But obviously he's been fighting pancreatic cancer for years now, I believe. At the age of 56, like I said, he passed away just the day after the Apple event, which is really shocking, because yesterday I got to stay home from school. I got to report on the Apple event. I got to watch the live stream, even though it's 3 a.m. here. I always stay up for those streams because they're just really a great experience, and the first time without Steve Jobs presenting a new iPhone. And it kind of seems like he hung on for that one extra day, that he got to see. I hope that he got to see, obviously, the iPhone 4S launch or the keynote and everything like that, but really shocking news. I'm a Mac user. I'm a technology enthusiast in general, and one of the guys definitely who inspired me back in the day, just to he saw the world differently. He obviously the whole thing different. Just the countless things he's done in the world. From Pixar animation to the Macintosh to so many things he's done. The revolutionary iPod, as a music device. iTunes, the music, a music marketplace, the iPhone, which he's revolutionized, the #1 smartphone in the world. There's so many things that he's done that not only inspired me to do what I do, but give me the opportunity. I get to do stuff, like I get to make videos on iPhone, I get to make videos on the iPad, and all these Apple products, and great coverage that in return makes me income. It makes it's my job to, I get paid in some cases to report on these things for certain videos and stuff like that. And it gave me the opportunity to do that, and not only that, just a real true visionary out there in the technology industry that nobody else can replace him. Nobody else could present like how he presented at those keynotes. He really made those keynotes come to life. And I'm sure the stocks have the stocks will do their thing as they will, but and Apple will go on, though. I mean, it's something that a lot of people were afraid of when Tim Cook took over. Will Apple be able to go on? But Steve Jobs has made a rollout plan for when he was long and gone. He wants how everything should run accordingly, and I'm sure Tim Cook will live up to that. But just to take time to just appreciate the man, the icon, the visionary, Steve Jobs, just starting out in his garage. He was a kid who was I think put up for adoption at, when he was born. Starting in the garage with Steve Wozniak, made a company called Apple, and just so many years later to revolutionize the industry in so many ways, from music to computing. And it's just going to be just a sad day in general. It's somebody you don't even know, but somebody I've definitely looked up to for a long time. And I'm lucky that I get to do these type of things where I get products to review. I get to cover certain events and stuff like that and get paid to do it. And people like him are the reason I get to report on such great products, and I get these things that make life easier: the iPads, the Macs, the iPhones, all of that. I mean, I also do a repair business with iPhones and all that. All that stuff would have been possible without Steve Jobs. But like I said, I don't know him on a personal level. Obviously, I've never met him in real life. I've never seen an event in person. But just definitely one of the companies out there that's on my top of the list, and he's definitely one of the true inspirations out there that I've had for quite a while. And I just want to take this time to say, rest in peace. I hope this, family, everything goes well in the transition. Definitely a sad day, it kind of just goes to show, you can have all the money in the world, and sometimes stuff just happens, the world, things just take place, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I think it's sad that we had to lose somebody like him, and he's only 56, which is, respectively pretty young. But we know he's been fighting this for a while, and it's shocking news. So, I'm not trying to do any controversy, I'm not trying to do this to get hits or views or anything like that. Just wanted to take time to say thank you to Steve Jobs, thank you to the Apple family as a whole, and Apple will go on, but definitely a sad day. So may Steve Jobs rest in peace, and thank you all for watching.